It's a very strong dog. It's basically a solid mass of muscle. They are known to be dog aggressive, very stubborn. Her name is Willow. She's 2.5 years old. She was found as a stray, ended up at the shelter and adopted by her owners now. She's an escape artist. The marks on her face are from escaping fences. And she has no recall at all. That's what they're looking forward to the most. In addition to just basic listening, she's really stubborn. Owner could not get her to sit at all at the drop-off. Like not even, she couldn't even get her to, 2.5. But they don't know because she's brought in as a stray.
And so, any aggression?
Yes. So they sent her to a doggy daycare where she's gone after the small dogs. Owner said they cannot believe they've had her back. But ever since putting her in rooms only with the big dogs, there's been no incidents. So I'm thinking prey drive.
Yeah.
At home, she's much friendlier with the female owner. She's snapped at the male owner and her male son, who's
already trying to bite people.
Yes, who's 12. She barks really bad at the 12-year-old all the time. So that's another goal. Basically just listening. Yeah, her name is Willow. And again, it's definitely a rare breed, not a breed for an inexperienced dog owner. Very stubborn, very strong, and very dangerous when they want to be. See the muscle?
All right.
Yeah. The fact that this dog goes to a daycare is insane.
They still go out?
Yes, they still go. Yes.
Oh, because they work. People
Yeah, they work for the government.
work for the government? That's her name again?
Willow.
Willow. Willow.
Who is it?
Hello. Come here.
Starting with the tone recall.
Willow, come here, honey. Hey, good girl. Hi. Come here. Come here. Okay. Come here, Willow.
Just switch coming down and you got it.
Oh, Willow, come here. Come here, Willow. Come. Hey!
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot believe we now have a recall. We will not move on unless we have a recall. Recall is so important, Josh.
Oh, so important.
Because one of the most predictable things that a dog will do if you're trying to ask him to do something, other than ignore you, is just walk away.
Yeah.
And so you have to have a way to recall them. We also need recalls for potties. We need recalls to get them to and from the yard, to and from their crate, to and from us. We cannot move on. Recall is of utmost importance. We teach it day one, and it's what we build on for the rest of the time here.
Yep.
So day one, she was like, no. Not only did she not recall, she tried to go the opposite direction.
Right.
And then she got like angry when it wasn't working out for her. Yeah.
Because
So
she's probably used to being able to.
correct.
If she's
And
away from you, running away, you can't get her.
right. So she was found as a stray. So that's
Right.
red flag number one. She ran away from something or someone. She's purebred. So she was from a breeder of some sort.
Oh,
or
really?
she's purebred. They did a DNA test.
Wow.
So they found her already running away. And then, so we don't know how old she is. Her owners had her for 1.5 years, and she continually breaks out of the fence and runs away. She comes back eventually, but it's always on her own terms.
When she comes back, that's interesting.
Yes, because she knows she gets fed and has a warm bed and all that. But it's always on her own terms, and that's different than coming when I call you.
Oh, yeah.
Because coming when I call you means I'm submitting to your leadership and listening to you and giving away my...
no-no.
That's a no-no for her, right? And a breeder would describe this temperament as strong-willed, sassy, independent. It all just means they don't want to listen. And that's really why her owner is struggling so much with her. And she's biting everyone in the family. So it's a tough combo. It's a really tough combo. That's why she's muzzled.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to get mad if she goes. She hasn't went at me yet, luckily, but I just want to be safe.
Yeah, and her teeth are huge and sharp. And you know, we've got little dogs. We're doing this on purpose. She's put a little dog in a hospital before. So, you know, we got to take all the safety precautions. The long line is on. We don't usually have a long line on for the first session, but she was so strong-willed. She tried running up the steps and ignoring pretty much everything we tried. So we need the long line on.
Yeah. That way, the whole thing right now, while we're teaching, is I want as much as possible keep my body language just chill.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have all these precautions, there'd be extra layers that I'd have to worry about. I'd have to worry about her biting if it had a muzzle on. Also, that long line, if I didn't have that on, I'd actually, if she went to run up those stairs, you can see
I know, you have to chase her.
And not only is that bad because I'm wasting energy, but also it's not good if she looks back and she sees me in an outdated state. It helps her a ton if she can run and I just stay like this and I just go step on the line.
Yep.
She gets corrected, she looks back at me and I'm just sitting here chill.
And what works? Coming back to you. Yeah.
So
put that on repeat.
Yeah, good.
But I'm really happy with her response to that tone now. It looks really good.
We've had a great amount of, a number of reps. Not a large amount of reps, but they were good reps. They were clear where I was asking her to come to me and she would stop and she would see where else could I go and she would try going to other places.
Going in that room, running up the steps, running that way.
She then came to me.
Yeah.
So she would, if she was from here to here, she would then say, I'm coming, but I'm going to check the kennel first.
Yes.
I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Which tracks because at home her owners say she would hide under the bed.
Yeah. And which is not
That's
great.
dangerous because if you reach in there and try to get her, she's going to bite your hand.
Oh yeah, that's, a lot of vitality around a dog.
Panic bite. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't really make sense why they're biting is because they're in a panic state.
Yep.
So her brain, what will happen is she'll go into this panicked state and she's kind of stuck there until she snapped out of it. There's no way to really snap her out of it. Well, there is, but there wasn't at home. I don't think of a way to just like make a sound. And she snaps out of that and goes into what we call the calm state, right? Where they're calm and they're submissive. The thing with that is if they go to that state, they drop all the adrenaline, they drop all the bad behaviors. But she doesn't go to that state for anybody, right? So she's not used to being led. I can see that. I can tell with her. She's used to people if she ignores long enough, that's one tactic she uses, so that must work. Running away must work. And then also just when nothing's working, going into this panic kind of, this part right here? You know that part when you get startled? But it's stuck there, right? So what I need is the recall. And what I also need, not just the recall, I work on this at the same time, I need to be able to get the calm, submissive state of mind, which is that some state of mind where what is she submissive to? My authority. She allows me to lead. The opposite of that is being dominant, to stand up, for her to draw a line saying, no, I'm choosing when, where, and how. So, good. You see she's not taking her eyes off of me because we built enough relevance where she's thinking, I'm going to keep an eye on him because if he gestures to me and he's talking to me, I'm going to want to pay attention. So I see her keeping her eye on me like this.
Look
which is good.
at that.
This is what I want. I want those eyes on me. Good.
Good girl.
Because this is new, because before her eyes were her escape.
Where can I escape? And she tried to escape the back fence too.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal for a dog who comes in with this much kind of like anxiety. She came in stressed out. She came in
tightly wound.
With her tail tucked and everything. She's like this, and she has a history of biting and dog fights, right? So she's coming in like this, and she's thinking, and she's already been through the system a little bit.
Yeah, she's been in the shelter.
So she knows. She's like, hey, is this familiar? So she came in kind of not trusting us. But I think I'm gaining her trust, but I need first and foremost the respect from her. I need that trust too so she doesn't panic, but I need enough respect where she just listens to me a little bit so I can start guiding her. So she can feel what it feels like to follow instead of lead and fit into that groove and to realize how comfortable that is. Good. So, starts with the recall. We're going to give her a recall. she can do, again, with this style of training, she's able to make any choice because we're not restraining her with the leash. I'm not gonna tell her where to go. I'm not gonna recall her and pull her into me, right? She can head to the bathroom, or she can go and try to attack Izzy. Sorry, Izzy, I hope that doesn't happen. She can try to run to the kennel. She can try to go out the door. So she gets it out of her system. Let's see what she does here. Now that we've done a little bit of it, she's still, I don't know what she's gonna do, honestly. I'll give her an ultimatum here. Or I'll give her another option to say, which is the door.
Wow, you open that up, she looks right at you.
Because that's now a resource. If she wants to go at it, that's a resource, and she might try to take that instead of coming my direction. She's keeping herself in that stick. I like that. You see multiple times when I was talking, she's thinking about getting up and going, but she's stopping.
Well, she's a dog who's definitely used to moving around at free will.
Right, if she has a thought.
For sure, yeah.
And living like that, they get stuck in that groove in their head, and that's how they live, right?
Yeah.
The cool thing is you can get them stuck on a groove in their head where it's like permission.
Yes.
In there. Literally, a dog will you'll forget to release them out of the door, and you're like, come on, let's go. And they're like, but you didn't say rake, right? Because that's where my brain is now. So she has an adjustment period where she's going from all of her old associated responses to all these common day events, and she's switching them to what we now are the new expectation. Instead of running away, come to me, and everything else that we're teaching her. So she's literally, I'm pretty sure every situation we're going to put her in, her response that she does initially is the wrong one.
Yes.
So she's really got to be, so what does that mean? The brain's got to go into a state where it says things are different, document, the changes that in this environment.
How do I best survive?
Forward.
Yeah.
So that locks in. So there's an opening and there's a window of opportunity for me to describe to her the ins and outs of how to get by here as her leader in this new environment. And that just happens to be the coping skills of the commands and the way we use them. So, good. I mean, the road she's headed on we know what happens to dogs who are on this path.
And she's already ended up in the shelter
it's a
once.
Short life.
You can't go back with a bunch of bites
Well,
on your
once
history.
They got bites.
They're not going to adopt her back out.
They've ran away, they're doing all that stuff, right? They're not listening, she's not listening. And plus, giving it to another family is not a good choice.
No.
All right? So
this is her best chance.
This is
Put her through a training program and keep up with it at home.
This stuff will work. I mean,
Yeah.
it works. I mean, I'm confident
Yeah.
that she's going to come around and be a follower. She's going to be in good hands. But we got to make sure that we're leading first. So we can't take the luxury of not paying attention to her behavior that some people can. Some people can kind of not really pay attention to their dog's behavior, and the worst it does is bark a little, maybe jump on some stuff. But then there's people with dogs that you need to be more committed, right? You just need to be more, you can't let the little thing slip because then it leads to a big thing, and a big thing for her is going to be a bite or run away. A big thing for some dogs I know is whoops, I jumped on them, right? Something like that. But these are some pretty serious things she's doing at home. She's not going to be living in that crazy state that you're used to seeing her in now. That whole under the bed stuff.
No, that's so dangerous. Oh my God.
She's not going to be in
No, not only would she would start to low growl and bark if the 12-year-old was walking into the room, and then get this, she would run up to him and start snapping at him. She's ripped his pajamas on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
And she would do it to everybody in the house.
Yeah,
That's so dangerous.
It's a very strange thing to do to your pet members.
Oh my gosh. No.
So she's, in that moment, in those moments, obviously that stuff gets corrected, but going home, she's going to be so far from that state that if she starts to enter a bad state, we disagree and bring her back to the healthy state, which is calm and submissive, aka being a follower, aka being a dog who listens. That's really what it is. She's here just like every other dog who's here, is that they don't listen. Whether it's rehab, for her, for aggression and for her anxiety, or it's just a little puppy who's 6 months and getting into trouble. They're both here for the same reason.
They don't listen.
Because even the dogs who need rehab, if they listened,
they'd be fine.
Owner, they would just iron out and be a stable dog. Because a good, owner, the typical owner who has good intentions, you listen to your owner, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
They won't, and we describe this over and over and over again in many videos, but dogs aren't designed to just listen to anybody. It has to be earned. So that the strongest genes, the genes that are most capable at surviving, they are the ones that procreate and move the species forward, right? This is just nature. So it's still in them though, even though we bred them for so long. they make you earn it. But we all know that, right? We know we gotta earn it. Can't bribe her though, because that's not gonna work. She'll take her treat and then not listen to you later. It has to be.
If it did work, she wouldn't be here.
That primitive conversation that they have with each other every time they meet and interact. And we have to, as in me, the trainer, you're not gonna have to do what I do, because I have to speak to her in her primitive language to a degree, and then get her out of that space and get her into a more domesticated space, which is more like we can operate her through like a human-looking language with the commands. We can give her words. You're not going to have to get down on all fours and start sniffing on her and stuff. But I have to, in the beginning, I have to go through that part of her brain because she's always bringing it up in day-to-day life. She's entering fight or flight. She's entering some type of prey drive with a small dog. She's entering these states. So I have to go there and say, don't go there, right? And then she's going to say, well, where do I go, Josh? And I'll say, there's this place called, follow me. Take my direction. Stay calm and listen to me. That's the answer for everything. And as we move forward, her brain will become balanced. And we'll start to see her iron out and be whatever's in there, as far as like a good companion, will start to reveal itself.
Yeah. So she's got this ultimatum. When she gets recalled, she can either stay where she is, she can go the opposite way, she can go out the door, she can run towards me, or she can go to Josh.
I think I'll place myself right here because she's got all these options.
Yeah.
Here, so.
She knows what to do. It's whether or not she decides she wants to listen. Yes, good girl.
Come here.
Wow. Out of the corner. Bam. There it is. This is all hands-free. This is way harder than it looks, you guys. Way.
Good girl.
Way harder than it looks.
Good girl.
We're doing this all without a leash. Good job.
Take a look at her now. She's begrudgingly listening to me.
Begrudgingly.
You fast forward it towards the end of the program and we'll see a much different posture.
Totally
She'll
different.
develop pride in listening.
Yep.
And she'll be able to survive much longer and have a better life.
Yep.
But yeah, right now she's just kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, because, she wants to,
She wants to do what she wants to do. Good girl.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if she had it her way, she'd be jumping the fence and
Well, she had it her
heading
way.
down to Timbuktu.
Yeah, I mean, these small children and animals.
Yes, exactly. Bye.
Yeah.
She's doing a down dog.
What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this?
Oh, good girl. Nice work.
Nice.
We're going to build on that.
Oh, yeah. I'll build on that. All right, honey. Break.
Good job.